Calum.
Yeah.
You now know how to buy crypto.
Yeah.
What we want you to do is to go and spend crypto. So we've set something up for you today.
Here's where my problem lies, is that I don't invest wisely, but I spend stupidly. So it's pretty cool that you can invest smart and then go and spend it in places. So
yeah, so we've actually booked you out. It's someone very close to us. It's a legal firm, a law firm in London called Salachi.
Yeah.
One of the first law firms in the world, I think,
Yeah.
to actually accept cryptocurrency as a form of payment for their services.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're going to head over to there. We'd like to speak to Salachi,
Yeah.
see why they accepted it, what they think about crypto, what about the future and stuff like that. People see in the news, the news obviously likes to write the bad stories. The bad press is what sells the papers, right? What really helps us get the story across is the educational piece. So it took Simon to speak to you on a personal level, to talk to you and teach you about crypto. And I think that sits very well with what we're trying to do here, trying to educate not only you, but everyone else about the uses of crypto. So this is why we're doing this. I think it's great.
let's play on that for a minute, because it brings up a point to me of, you know, since we've now met and started to work together and I've started to invest in your business and we've invested in each other's time, I look at it like, you know, I don't know enough, so I could be wrong. But from personal experience, and that's all I can really speak on, is that if you want to try something new and you want to try to invest in something new, you're always going to have to take risks and take challenges, and there's going to be doubt all over the place. Like, so for example, overall, this is a really positive experience. But me, for example, I look at my social media and I always catch the things that aren't positive, you know, because for a long time I've been trying to motivate and inspire and do all these different things. Not like I'm some guru, but I still try to do my bit.
Sure.
So when I'm trying to share the message with these guys of what I'm learning with you guys, there's a lot of people on there going, oh this, or oh no that, or you can't do this, and you know, there's a lot of doubt out there. But I like that, because I saw you responded to a lot of those people, and you're like, no, here is the answer to this question. So through this process, it's about trying to teach people and trying to let people learn coming with me on the journey. You know, I'm not trying to tell people do this. I'm trying to say to them, this is what I'm trying in case you want to learn about
Exactly.
it. So that's where we're at.
And that's what we don't pitch ourselves as a hard sell company.
Yeah.
We're sort of like, look, we strongly believe that the future of currency is in crypto, or even the technology which underpins the crypto, which is blockchain. We think that's got a huge part to play in the future. And we're not going to throw it upon someone and say you're going to make 100 times of your investment by next week, because we can't guarantee that.
Yeah.
What we're here to do is to tell people, spread the word about crypto, educate them about it, and if they take us up on the advice and start investing, great.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm here. You know, over the years I've earned and I've spent, and now I started thinking to myself, I'd meet somebody like Simon at Salachi. He's like, you could invest in this. This is where I see it going. And I'm like, oh, I'll soak up some of that like a sponge, soak up some of that, and go see if this is a good or a smart investment. You'll never win unless you try.
Exactly.
So here we are.
And that's the beginning of our journey, right?
Cool, man. So we'll take a cab that accepts crypto.
Yep.
Go meet the boys at Salachi and find out more about crypto from them. And
Take it from there.
Cool.
Cheers.
Let's go. How long have you been accepting Bitcoin or crypto as a form to pay?
Since about 2.5 years ago, something like that. I've not really had anyone just get in a cab and say, wow, you take Bitcoin, I'll pay you in Bitcoin. But I organise quite a lot of rides through Twitter with Bitcoiners, so they can get in touch with me. I'll arrange to pick them up, take them, and do it like that.
Is it a long process for people to pay you with Bitcoin? How does it work?
No, it's easy. The transfer isn't actually complete until it's confirmed on the blockchain, which can take like 10 minutes.
So he could get out the car and cancel this thing, and next thing you know, you've missed out on your money.
In theory, that could happen, but I mean, it's virtually impossible. And for the sake of 20 quid or whatever it might be, you know, I just take that risk. It's not really a risk for that kind of small amount.
Richard, good to see you, brother.
Calum.
Absolute pleasure. Thanks for seeing me today, dude.
So overall, I guess if you don't mind, maybe just kind of telling me and anybody watching what it is you do that's related to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
Of course. So we got involved in Bitcoin way back in 2013. It was a time, and again, it was down to Simon. Simon came into the office one day, and I was up to my head, like paperwork all around me. We used to deal predominantly with commercial litigation, and that's the first time I'd actually really heard of Bitcoin.
Yeah.
And I kind of ignored him. And he kept going on about Bitcoin, on and on and on about it. And it was at the time, there was this massive exchange based in Tokyo called Mt. Gox. And Mt. Gox collapsed. And the reason it collapsed, there's lots of different reasons, and people give you their different views. But the reason it really collapsed is because the gentleman behind it was doing things he shouldn't have done. He said they got hacked, but he was ripping people off. But in any event, it collapsed. The Bitcoin price collapsed massively, but there were hundreds of thousands of people involved in that exchange that were invested into Bitcoin in the early days. So Simon had lots of contacts around the world. He had some in Texas, and they were saying that there's going to be a big class action, big lawsuit against Mt. Gox, and did we want to somehow get involved? And
so you as a company who had no connection with Bitcoin, they said, do you want this bit? Wow. Absolutely
nothing. And it was just it's kind of right place, right time situation. So we said, initially we were like, let's do it, because if nothing else, we're going to get some great publicity out of it. So we said yes, and we got in contact with this big law firm that was they're doing the main lawsuit in America, and they needed a law firm in Europe that could deal with the European citizens. So we said we'd do it. We put out a press release, and within days we were getting literally thousands of inquiries all around the world about Bitcoin. And it got to the point where, we did know about it, we knew how it worked, found it fascinating from day one that there's this thing that's just been invented from nothing that has real tangible value. And then we started getting instructions from people. People come to us, firstly it was about the first company with the first Bitcoin ATM in the country. It's this mad rush, and we were getting lots of different clients come to us saying they wanted to get an ATM into this, so we helped with that. We were the first law firm, I don't know if we're still the only law firm, but we were certainly the first law firm, certainly in this country, to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment.
So you're one of the only law firms that you know about where a client could say, instead of cash, we want to offer you Bitcoin, and you would accept it in exchange for services?
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, this morning we accepted crypto from a client with regards to a job he wants us to do. So yeah, we've always done that.
Yeah. What would be your advice? What would be the two biggest negatives somebody looking to get into it should watch, and the two biggest positives they could gain?
I don't want to sound like an independent financial advisor, because I'm not one.
But let me advise you here. Invest in me.
That, as with anything, you kind of, there's been a hysteria that's been kind of surrounds Bitcoin because just over a year ago, and the price went crazy. Okay, it went right up to about £16,000 in the UK. And that was around the time of people hearing about it. Everyone was loading money into it, chucking all their money into it. And then it crashed. And the problem was, people were losing money they really couldn't afford to lose. So the first thing is to definitely be sure that you can afford to, you're not going to lose your money, but the Bitcoin, it fluctuates, like stocks and shares, they fluctuate. Okay? The money's always going up and down. I think the best piece of advice I'd give to anyone is be really careful about what exchange you use.
Coinburp, I went in there myself as well, and I only started with £100, Right. So it doesn't have to be a lot of money, and obviously some people can't afford that. So if you can go in there and start with a bare...
of course, exactly that. It's what's the courses, but the $5 you invest now, it's not like you're going to want to, you don't desperately need that $5 back, so just let it sit there, because this is a growing industry, okay? And the thing to understand about Bitcoin is there's only a certain amount that can ever be released, which is 21 million. That's just, this guy, no one knows who he was, that was the rule he made way back then, and that's always going to be like that. So when it gets to 21 million, that's the lot that can be released. On Instagram, there's lots of dodgy people now saying, invest in crypto, give me money, I'll invest in crypto. Don't do that, forget about all that. Go to a legitimate exchange, and when you do get some crypto, hold it carefully, okay? Don't just leave it sitting on the internet in what's known as a hot wallet. It's just a simple thing, it's just another form of banking, but it's a form of banking that makes life more convenient, and that's what life's about now. It's all about convenience and speed, right? no one's got any time anymore. Everything's fast. You walk upstairs, go out into the street in London, everyone's busting about.
Yeah.
You know, time's a valuable commodity.
Big time.
And one thing that Bitcoin does, it buys you time. It makes life quicker and easier.
Love that, man. Very informative. Well, hopefully I'm going to be doing a lot more with CoinBurp and hopefully with you as well.
Yeah,
so maybe we'll chat again throughout the process and let you know where I'm at. Maybe I'll need your services at some point.
Absolutely.
Appreciate your time today, brother.
All right, cool.
Good to see you, man.
Thank you.
No worries.
So how do you think that went?
Cool. I mean, I'm lucky that I know Richard, I know Simon from before meeting you guys. That's how we ended up doing some stuff together. But overall, I mean, I'm still completely basic in this crypto world, but in the 2 times we've got together, you know, I've signed up easily and safely through CoinBurp. I've then got a little wallet on my phone that holds my crypto. I've found out that I can pay for it in black cabs, and I've gone to meet Richard, who at Salachi, who, you know, is one of the biggest, if not leading, if not only law firms in the UK that deal in crypto and accept payment as crypto and Bitcoin. It's all pretty, there's a lot to take on, but it's all incredible stuff, I think, you know?
It's like anything. It's brand new to, I mean, it's only been around 10 years,
Yeah.
right? So there's not so much that people know. It's not so much that's out in the open that it's not everyday, like Richard was saying, it's not in everyday use.
Yeah.
So it's so important to teach you about everything that we're trying to do,
Yeah.
the usage in the real life. I mean, this is just the beginning. There's tons of other stuff that we're going to be able to show you and bring you to and show you real life application of the crypto. But yeah, like I said, it's only the beginning. We've got
Yeah,
a
I mean,
long way to
for me, it's like, you know, I really like the idea. I mean, being a bit of a rebel and not being like told what to do. I know there's people that are involved in it that will be like, oh, shut up, you know nothing. But at the same time, I'm like, nah, I want to learn about these alternatives. And at some point, if this is going to go big, I know I'm probably saying really basic stuff to the people that know, but it's the people that I'm trying to take with me on this journey. If this is going to go big and be able to be used everywhere, it's going to have to be managed by something, you know? But at the moment, it still is a risk. It still is a thing, but I'm a risk taker and I like learning new. So for me, it's exciting, you know? So meeting those guys, meeting you guys, it's all part of the process, and I'm looking forward to learning more, man.
That's great. Thanks for coming, mate.
Pete, pleasure.
Appreciate it.